What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having a great day. We're going to be talking about some Hydra today, and I know what you want to see. You want to see a champion do billions of damage, but we're not doing that today. The champs in the comp, they can do considerable amount of damage, but we're going to actually be talking about support champions today because I found myself last week trying to find a reliable support champ for my nightmare team as I rearranged champions in my other teams, trying to figure out new combinations, new synergies, so I could just be better across the board. So in order to do that, I had to go through my roster, figure out exactly what I needed, and this champion pretty much provided a good bit of it. Now, I'll say one thing. There were some honorable mentions who could be filling this role, but this champion honestly just did it the best for me, and that's going to be Elva. Now, I wanted to use Pythion in there, but I didn't really want to rebuild him. Pythion is great, his passive is amazing, but Elva's honestly just better. Elva's just better for what I needed in the moment. All right, so we're going to talk a bit about her kit. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with her kit already, but I'm still going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the gear, the masteries and whatnot, the blessings as well. So we know A1, single target, places a continuous heal on the ally with the lowest HP. If everybody has the same HP, she's just going to place it on the champ and lead. A2, 75% chance of removing all debuffs. Obviously, you book this up to 100% chance, which is honestly weird having a chance to remove debuffs. It should just remove without books. You shouldn't like, she might not remove this debuff. It's actually crazy. I never noticed that it was a chance to cleanse, but you can book it up to 100%. Places block debuffs as well and increase speed, which is huge for you in Hydra. Gonna need that increased speed. The block debuffs, not so much. I kind of don't like the block debuffs aspect of it for Hydra, but for other purposes, it is amazing. And obviously, she has a revive single target on the A3. Single target is not the greatest. You know, AoE revive is definitely better, but it does help us out a bit. And they're going to get 40% HP, 50% turn meter as well. Also places increased defense and increased attack on them for 2 turns, which is solid. Her passive heals each ally by 10% of their max HP at the start of their turn. So we get some heals at the start of the turn. We also get some heals from her A1 there. And places a perfect veil buff for 1 turn on the ally with the lowest HP at the end of her turn. So every time she takes a turn, she's going to be able to place a veil on somebody, which is huge for us. As far as her aura, she has a speed in all battles aura. 19% is not bad. It's something. There's obviously better and there's obviously worse. As far as the blessing goes, we have Nourish on her at the moment to increase the value of the heals granted by continuous heal, because she's going to be placing that with her A1. That way we can get some fat heals in and keep our team alive, because in this team we're actually only going to be using 2 support champions, and she's going to pretty much be carrying us and doing the bulk of the work. But we get some extra heals here from Nourish, and this is actually really helpful. Got lucky and got this blessing for her. As far as the gear goes, I have her in 9-piece protection just to make sure like our buffs aren't getting stolen by the head of mischief. If you don't have 9-piece protection, Relentless isn't honestly a bad option for her, especially if you want her taking extra turns. She can get the perfect veil up. You want to be cycling back around to this revive. If you have a comp that really relies on the revive, you might not even want to use her. You might want to elect to use someone else, but it's only on a 3-turn cooldown. You put something like Relentless on her, maybe you get some like Cycle of Magic procs, or you use refresh accessories or something like that. It comes back around pretty fast, especially with the increased speed. You build her with decent amount of speed, she's going to come back around to it pretty fast. These are the total stats that I have on her. With area bonus for Hydra, so 80k HP, just about 5k defense there, 288 speed, a little bit of resist, not much. I'm not too hard pressed on resist, honestly, because we're using protection. We're gonna get protected debuffs for the most part. It's not gonna be 100%, but 75% chance is pretty good. We also get a boost of damage there from the 2 buffs that she's going to be placing for us, in addition to the veils. So potential 3 buffs plus the continuous heals. So 5% for each buff. She has a chance to place a ton of buffs, especially if you do build her fast, and she's cycling through her turns. As far as the masteries, this is what I have on her. Just, you know, standard support masteries, if you will, for a healer. So down the left support side, to increase the value of her heals, increase the duration of the buffs that she's placing on us. Down in the timely intervention, to increase her turn meter whenever an ally drops below 25%. So that way she can, you know, if they die, she can revive them, or she can jump in, use an A1, place a continuous heal for us, any of those things. And defense tree, just get some more sustain out of her. So we're actually going to be running her on Nightmare. And I told you guys this team only has 2 support champions. And I was running it last week, and I was like, man, this actually runs pretty smoothly. So we're going to be using Brazelvarg, who everyone had a chance to get. He is a fusion. Solid epic here in Yugo, who is amazing. We got Suzerain Catan in there, who is one of my favorite Hydra champs. We got Michinaki, who was a guaranteed champion. Acrizia, who some may or may not have. You can replace her with any other DPS. You can bring in Nut, anybody you like, anybody you have a high blessing for, and Elva, of course. So we're going to be running this on Nightmare. I actually pre-recorded some footage. I might throw some of that in there, you know, just so you guys can get a see. But we're going to run a little bit of it so you can see pretty much what she's providing in here. We're not bringing in anyone to Veil. We're not bringing a Shamel in here or anything like that. Elva is our sole Veil champ. She's going to be providing some Veil for us. So we don't have like Duchess or anything like that. We're going to be dodging the smoke of the Head of Torment as much as possible. We also don't have a provoker per se, but we have 2 champions and provoke sets. So hopefully we get some provokes up there. We'll take the cleanse for now. And let's try to just get some damage up over here. But Elva already placing a good bit of protected buffs. She also placed the Veil there for us, so he did not get feared. That is awesome. And we get a provoke there from Michinaki, who's in a provoke set. We can get another cleanse from Yugo here. This works out. Suzerain gonna take his turn, get decreased speed up for us. Let's go A1 again, and then we get another Veil up, which is very helpful for us. If we can come back around, get another provoke from Michinaki, that would be great. Not sure that we will, but we might get one from Suzerain. Suzerain is also in a provoke set. This worked out pretty well. We get the provoke from Michinaki right there, his passive proc. So we're going to keep this head proc pretty reliably, I must say. I was using Mighty Yuko before in the provoke set, and it wasn't working out well for me. I will be honest. It wasn't working out well. It might work well for some other people. Maybe you have better results, but it just wasn't working out well. So I swapped Mighty Yuko and Suzerain around. I put Mighty Yuko in a curse set, and I put Suzerain in the provoke set, and it has been a lot more reliable. It shouldn't be. There's no indication in the kit that, you know, other than their affinity, there's almost nothing different. Mighty Yuko hits more times. I don't know. Maybe it's somehow Suzerain's like A2 is coded. It looks like he's hitting 3 times, but it's only 1 hit. I don't know. I haven't asked any of the like tech smart people, but I'm having way better results with Suzerain. And so we're doing pretty good here. We're not at all like, I'm not worried at all about anything. We can go ahead and get a cleanse there. We have just about everything I would like up except decreased attack across the board, but that's okay. And Elva, you know, placing a Veil here and there for us, getting some Veils up so we can avoid being feared, true feared, shall I say. So that's helping us out a ton. We're also getting all of these buffs from her. So if we look at Michinaki right now, Michinaki has 5 buffs up, and all of these are from Elva, right? So that is a 25% damage boost right there, people. 25%, which is actually nuts. It's actually nuts, right? So if we're lucky, all right, and now he has 4 buffs up. If we're lucky, we can get like that amount of buffs up on our Razzlevarg or our Acrizia, get them some actual damage. As you can see here, still very provoked over here, even though this isn't like a video like talking about provoke sets or who you should put in provoke sets. But yeah, if you're looking for some champs to put in provoke sets, Michinaki is a great one. I did a video on it already. He is an amazing one for sure. We're going to go ahead and hit this head here. Boom. He takes out that one. Decrease the turn meter there. Let's get Hex up on all the decapitated heads there. Get some debuffs up. Get some leech up. I would like Michinaki to circle back around to his, or maybe Suzerain has it available. We need decreased defense weaken. No, I think I just used them. Not paying attention. Let's see if we can get this head down. He's been decreasing our AoE damage. So let's try to get him down. I don't want to use Yugo A2 at the moment. So yes, we might not get it. We're not gonna get it. We don't have the extra turn. You know what? I'm gonna use it just for the sole purpose. I want to see some big damage from someone. So we're gonna get another buff here, another boost. So we get 2 more buffs up on our Razzlevarg. So extra 10% damage for him. We get AoE from Acrizia. Their damage is coming up. Come on, Razzlevarg, smack for us. Boom. 620 over here, 200. This head just sucks. This head sucks. But Elva is providing us with a ton of support here. Like a lot more than what it looks like on paper, especially if you put her in a protection set. So you get that damage bonus at 9 piece. She's going to be placing a ton of buffs on you, especially if you have your DPS champion lead. They're going to be getting a lot of continuous heals on them. And you're going to get a huge damage boost. So you get cleanse, you get heals, you get damage boost, you get, increased speed, which you really need. We also get, Veil that's going to help us out a ton with the fear head. So, man, I don't know why I didn't use her like sooner. Let's get the block buffs up. Poison clouds coming in soon. And we also don't want this guy to get increased attack. We can go ahead and just try to get decreased speed up. We got decreased speed on both heads. Solid. And this is actually shaping out to be a pretty sustainable run, right? And when I ran it last week, I got to, honestly, where I needed to be. I didn't do a full run with it. I did it up to about 1,000 turns or so. Stopped like just over 1,000 turns. So we had, in between 400 and 500 turns left when I stopped the run, and we were, over 300 mil. I want to say 350 million or so. So, 1.2, 1.3 billion clash points, if you will, which is actually pretty solid. Pretty solid. I'll take that all day. So I'm very, very pleased with her. I'm interested to see, though, if other people are actually using her in Hydra at all. I know when people are doing like Ice Golem, they like to use Elva in the Ice Golem comp with Artec. If you don't have like a full solo build, a lot of people were doing that comp with Artec and Elva. So obviously she is used there. I don't know how many people are still doing that. I know I'm not anymore because my Artec kind of just solos it. But solid champion. Solid across the board. She's also used pretty effectively in Arena. I know when she first came out, people were definitely using her in Arena to veil the lead champ, veil Marishkas and whatnot, so that Marishka could not be targeted and killed first. That's still probably pretty strong, even though, a lot of the, what is it, veil or perfect veil? Is it regular veil or perfect veil? Does anyone have a veil on right now? No one has a veil on right now. We need to see in a second. I know one of them can't be stolen, but it can be stripped. I think perfect veil, you can't steal it. You can only strip it. I think veil in general, I don't think you can steal it actually. But a lot of mythicals now can remove buffs. Pretty much like all of them can strip buffs. So It may or may not be, as effective as it once was because of, sets that we have nowadays as well. We have Pinpoint now, we have Feral. People aren't afraid of sheep at all. And while Yugo did not land block buffs on his head, that's actually crazy. We do have the Veil there. We get feared there, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and take the cleanse. We have Michinaki who can strip for us, so we'll wait to use that. And I'm not even gonna do a full run here. I'm just trying to show you guys how this works, and I'll probably end up running it when I have some time over this weekend. So I'd be interested to see how many of you are actually using Elva. She's amazing in here, guys. She's actually amazing in here. And the blessing is definitely helping us out quite a bit with the heals. It's increasing our heals by a good bit. So if you do have Nourish on her, any amount, like even at 1 star, increase the heal by 5% of the max HP is already huge. 3 stars, we're getting 10% increase in healing, and healing is very, very important for Hydra. So let me know your thoughts down below if you are using this champion at all in any way, whether you like her for PvP or PvE content. I know she was also in like the revival pass, $20. You're able to pretty much select the Sylvan Watchers Lego. Elva is one of them. She's probably the favorite. You also had King Galkabar in there, and I want to say, I don't even remember the champ's name right now. Ruark, Green Warden Ruark, but most people probably going to pick Elva. So let me know your thoughts down below on the champ, guys, where you're using her. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Like the video. And until next time, guys, be good and be well.